That is hit well. A Clemente home run, and the Pirates lead 1-0.
Come, baby. Enjoy this great game.
What's going on, everybody? I want to say happy Roberto Clemente Day. And today, the Pittsburgh Pirates will be wearing number 21, and some other Major League players and coaches around the game from Puerto Rico will also be allowed to wear the number 21 in honor of the great Roberto Clemente. So happy Roberto Clemente Day. It is today, September 9th, and the Pirates are going to be wearing his jersey, which has never been done before. Every uniformed player, coach, and manager will wear the 21, just as Major League Baseball does for Jackie Robinson's 42 on Jackie Robinson Day. So I think this is appropriate. Clemente, obviously, just an amazing human being, an amazing baseball player, and an amazing representative of his homeland. He passed away in a plane crash to Nicaragua to take supplies there in 1972, and that is where my family is from, Nicaragua. And since then, no Pirates player has worn 21. That number has been retired by the Pirates. Somehow, amazingly, Roberto Clemente got to exactly 3,000 hits.
Matlack on the 0-1. Bowdy hits a drive into the gap in the left center field. There she is. For a double.
Interestingly enough, the game-worn jerseys from tonight's game from the Pirates will be available. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on that auction and see if I can snag one and maybe do that, either keep it for myself because that would be awesome, or even as a possible giveaway at some point, just to help bring more notice to this great player. We can have another trivia contest or something like that to just bring more awareness for Roberto Clemente. And also I wanted to talk about the talk going around about possibly retiring his number across baseball in the same way that Jackie Robinson's is. San Francisco Giants coach Nick Ortiz, who will be wearing 21, is one person who is for that, for retiring Clemente's number universally. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not huge for retiring numbers in general. I've never been a huge fan. I think that it's overdone. I mean, certain teams are running out of numbers, the Yankees, and yeah, we retire numbers because we have a hard time giving a number to somebody else. But what it also does, the one thing that I will say it does is later on, in 50, 100, 150 years, if the number continues to be retired, which it's supposed to be, once it's retired, you know, people will ask the question. They'll say, why can't we wear 21? Why is nobody wearing 21? Why is no one wearing 42? Why is no one on the Giants wearing 25 or 24? What's going on? Who wore that number? And then people look into it and find out. And that's something that's already happened when with old-time baseball players whose numbers have been retired, and you know, kids and younger people today and myself, you know, wonder who wore that number. You know, we find out, we do a little bit of research, and then we find out who it was. So just another way to keep their legacies going, to keep their great accomplishments in the minds of baseball fans. And somebody like Roberto Clemente, someone who transcends baseball, great sportsman, and also just a great human being. And it wasn't just the mercy mission to Nicaragua. This guy was, long before that, was always donating money, was donating baseball equipment, was donating his time, and making sure that countries got food that needed it and people who were in need got help. This dude was just a humanitarian of the highest level. Not to mention, unbelievable baseball player. I mean, this was just a wonderful human being, and it's just tragic that he was gone long before his time should have been gone, even before his baseball career was over. So very tragic, and for all those reasons, I personally would not mind. It personally makes sense to me. Yeah, I mean, we can't get carried away with it and just start retiring every number of every great baseball player and great person, because literally when you start retiring it across baseball universally, you will run out of numbers. I mean, for sure. But, you know, Jackie Robinson makes sense, and to me, Roberto Clemente also would make perfect sense. The only other guy that I've kind of crossed my mind before, it's a little bit different, but it's Babe Ruth. And Babe Ruth, the one thing though is he's not necessarily the greatest. He actually did help kids out, and he was obviously great with the fans and everything. But he wasn't a humanitarian at the level of Roberto Clemente. Most of his accomplishments are baseball related, and the guy completely changed the game of baseball. And absolute legend. So I also considered Babe Ruth's number 3 getting retired across baseball. But other than that, those are the only 3 that I can really think of that merit that kind of consideration, retiring a number across baseball. But I would be completely okay with it. Roberto Clemente, an amazing human being. And same goes for Jackie Robinson. And Babe Ruth, I don't know if he's a wonderful human being, but he was a good human being, and he was an absolutely amazing baseball player. Completely changed the game for so long, and he's an absolute mythical type figure. So those are the 3 numbers I could see getting retired universally. Let me know what you guys think below about retiring numbers. Like I said, I'm not huge on it. I think we overdo it, but at the same time, this would be understandable, retiring Roberto Clemente's number. But maybe not. Maybe we're going way too crazy with the retired numbers. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And there's also a train of thought that we should not retire numbers, period, because other people want to wear that number to honor somebody. I understand that, but it is tough, to see somebody else wear number 3 for the Yankees, to see somebody else who could just be some nobody who gets cut, wear the number 25 for the Giants, or or number 24 for the Giants, Willie Mays' number, or whatever, So, I understand why we do it. And I also understand both sides of the argument. But at the end of the day, we do it. It is something that we do. We retire numbers. It is something we do. So Roberto Clemente retiring his number, I would be completely down for that. Have a great day, everybody. Let me know what you think below. We'll talk to you next time. See ya!
Home run Clemente, and the Pirates 2, the Orioles nothing. And what a magnificent performance from Pittsburgh's right fielder, the great Roberto Clemente.